Hey guys, welcome to lesson 41 where we're going to be talking about list interface. I'm already going to preface this lesson and tell you it's probably not going to be your favorite. Sorry, that's just the way it is. But you still need to cover it because without it, you won't really be prepared for doing linked list and array list. So we want to make sure that you're ready for those. So we're still going to go through this. Even though it's not going to be a super satisfying lesson, you're still going to need to know it. Now, in order to use list interface, you have to import Java util. So the interface is a bunch of methods that are going to be implemented in another class. The most important thing for you to remember about list interface is that it only works with objects. So if you want to put an int in here, use your wrapper class to turn that int into an int object, and then you'll be able to use list interface for it. So I'm not going to go through and read all of these to you. You are perfectly capable of reading. So what I want you to do is kind of go through this list and make sure you kind of understand what each of these does. The only one that we're really not going to discuss this chapter, because I'm saving it for the next chapter, is list iterator and iterator. So we'll talk about iterations in the next chapter. But all the rest of these I want you guys to kind of read through. Okay, so let's say we have a list and we're going to print that list. So it's a variable. And this is a character object that has A, B, C, D, E, F, G stored in it as character objects, not just characters. There are three ways to sort that list interface that would quickly just print out your list for you. So one is a linked list, one is the array list, and one is vector. You can also store an array as a list. You just use the arrays as list. There are four really important things that you have to know before you use list. So the first we already talked about, but a list consists of nothing but objects that are object types. Only objects can be stored in lists. So arrays can have words, dates, numbers, whatever. Lists can only have objects. The second thing that's really important to remember is that you can have more than one object type in it, but usually you don't. Usually it's all like integer objects, or it's all character objects, or it's all string objects. But sometimes you do have more than one. You can, you just don't see it very often. The third important thing to remember is that you definitely have to cast things to a specific object type before you can use it. So like, even though this one has double as an object for D, this hasn't been cast yet, so you still need to initialize and then cast. And the fourth important thing that you need to remember is about sorting. So you can sort list, array list, linked list, or vector objects with collections.sort objects. Those are the only ones you can sort that with. Now, the information that I've shared with you, you've probably found pretty vague and not super helpful. That's okay. You guys have all the information that you need right here on page 273. So don't worry about so much with this video than what other was able to do, but you're going to be able to do this. So what you're going to do is you're going to have enough information to kind of like figure out what the answers are looking for. Also, if you look down for question 2, even though we haven't used the iterator and we are not learning about it yet, you should be able to figure out what it means from the table on page 273. So good luck. You only have a set of questions to do for this one, and let me know if you have any questions.